If we want our nurses to continue providing quality care, we have to listen to them.
Right now, 1 year after reaching an agreement with UW Health, nurses and union leaders say they're not seeing many changes, what they want to see moving forward.
Also, after working late into the night on a redistricting proposal, hear from one of the authors why they decided to skip out on the public's opinion.
And later, from player to personality, what former Badger and Packer Mark Tauscher had to say about his expanded role at his alma mater. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Today, UW Health nurses and SEIU union leaders, along with Senator Tammy Baldwin, held a rally across the street from the hospital, calling on administrators to do more to retain veteran nurses.
It's been a year since they reached a last-minute agreement with the hospital to avoid a strike, but they tell our Arman Rahman things haven't changed like they should have.
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. The veteran nurses I spoke to say they feel undervalued, that their wages have been capped for years, while they say UW Health's profits and revenue soar. They say it's caused nurses who've worked at UW for decades to leave. This means nurses fresh out of grad school have had to train new employees and care for more complex patients.
As a young nurse, it puts a lot more pressure on me and on other newer nurses, and puts us in positions that we probably shouldn't be in only a year or two out of nursing school.
Both the union and Senator Baldwin say transparent pay scales that reward all nurses fairly are critical when Wisconsin is short emergency nurses. Meanwhile, UW Health sent us a statement ahead of the rally, which reads in part, "Our strong recruitment and retention numbers indicate that not only do nurses want to come here for work, but they're more likely to stay. The memorandum of understanding with SEIU removed the threat of a strike or work action, while also providing an avenue for either party to arbitrate disagreements on compliance with the MOU through the Wisconsin Employment Relations Commission." Eric?
Armand, thank you. Looking like another great night out there for high school football. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Yeah, the big question is whether or not it'll rain. I mean, right now we have some clouds, but also a little bit of sun poking through those clouds. Let's start out by looking at visible cloud tracking. See a big bank of clouds coming in from the west. That would normally portend that we would have some rain. But take a look what's happened to Doppler track over the last 6 hours. Almost a solid area of rain has fizzled into almost nothing. And here in southern Wisconsin, maybe a couple of sprinkles around the dells, and that's pretty much about it. And 3-hour future track radar doesn't show much hope of seeing any rain this evening. So for the football games, should not be a problem. High temperatures today, middle to upper 70s. Madison topped out at 77 degrees. Janesville did hit 81 degrees. That was one of the warmest spot around. But elsewhere, temperatures are comfortably mild. And now temperatures have cooled off into the 60s over toward La Crosse, where there's a little more cloud cover. Elsewhere, temperatures are still mainly in the 70s. Here in Dane County, it's 78 degrees in Edgerton, 77 in Mount Horeb, and 77 in Cross Plains. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy this evening. Just a slight chance for a shower as temperatures drop into the middle 60s by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look and see how much rain we can expect this weekend, if any, and when our next chances for rain will be.
Gary, thank you. Lawmakers worked into the night to hammer out details on a plan that could change the balance of power at the state capitol.
The bill would create a nonpartisan commission to draw new maps. Political reporter Will Keneally explains.
So this is something that Democrats have been pushing for a while, as they argue that how the maps are drawn gives Republicans in the Capitol here more power than voters want them to have. And Republicans offered some changes to the nonpartisan map drawing proposal that they introduced earlier this week, but Democrats ultimately voted that down last night. Now, Dodgeville Republican Todd Novak was working on those negotiations and took us behind the scenes during our one-on-one interview.
They wanted to poison pill the bill, thinking that they could get rid of it that way. I was willing to go as far as we could. The speaker put myself and 4 others in charge of negotiating, and I knew my parameters, which were pretty wide.
Now, Republicans offered some language to remove the partisan legislature from the map drawing process, but Democrats wanted to take that a step further, and a process that would involve amending the state constitution. Now, that's much more involved, actually something that Republicans would be on board for, but nothing came of that last night as the bill now heads to the state Senate. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
We're learning that a former state Supreme Court justice tapped to investigate impeaching newly elected Justice Janet Protasiewicz gave donations to her campaign rival. Former Justice Republican David Prosser confirmed to the Associated Press that Assembly Speaker Robin Vos asked him to participate. Prosser gave $500 to Dan Kelly's campaign when he was running against Protasiewicz. Speaker Vos has floated impeaching Protasiewicz for accepting nearly $10 million from the Wisconsin Democratic Party.
As her case goes to the courts to decide if she can stay in her role, Chief Elections official Megan Wolf is sitting down with us for a one-on-one interview. Republicans voted yesterday in the legislature to fire her, a move Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul is suing over, claiming it was illegal. We asked Wolf today, over the last 3 years of conflict, has she ever considered simply giving up and stepping down?
I feel that very, very strongly that I will not give in to political pressure. I think that that sets such a dangerous precedent. If I were to say this is too much, that the politics have gotten too difficult, that people are claiming things that are false about me or false about the election system, and I'm going to allow that to drive a decision I make or to make me step down, I think that would just be such a shame.
Naomi Cole's full conversation with Megan Wolf coming up this Sunday and For the Record at 10:30 a.m.
A Pulaski man is pleading guilty today for pepper spraying multiple police officers during the January 6th Capitol riot. 24-year-old Riley Casper pleaded guilty to assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers or employees. He allegedly admitted on social media to spraying 3 officers. Casper was arrested in Ashland last year and is set to be sentenced in December. At least 10 people in Wisconsin have been arrested on charges related to January 6th.
In Columbia County, a man is in custody in connection with the death of a woman who officials said he was living with. 79-year-old Larry Manthe is charged with first-degree intentional homicide stemming from the death of 76-year-old Alice Langer. Langer's family called law enforcement on October 6th of 2022 after they were unable to contact her. She was later found dead in her home with a gunshot wound to the head. Prior to her death, officials said Langer had planned to end her relationship with Manthe and move out.
Dane County and the USDA are partnering with farmers for a new multi-year initiative. The 5-year agreement, totaling $1 million, will establish the Dane Demo Farm Network. It will conduct on-farm research, test current and innovative conservation systems, and their ability to protect water quality. This network is the first of its kind in the Mississippi River Basin.
Demonstration farms like this one we're here at today will provide learning opportunities, including tours and field days for farmers, agribusiness, natural resource agencies, and others, as well as facilitate farmer-to-farmer learning.
UW-Madison is also helping with the research aspects of the project. They'll be looking at things like soil health and edge of field water quality. The initiative is also looking for 2 more farmers to participate.
It's manufacturing madness here in the Badger State. Starting next week, Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce will determine the coolest product in Wisconsin. WMC has been running the coolest thing in Wisconsin contest since back in 2016. Now, the competition highlights the innovation and proliferation of Wisconsin's manufacturing industry. That's an industry that employs over 16% of the state. This year, there are more than 100 nominees signed up for the first round of voting.
We're going to have that first round of voting where the top 16 products will actually move on to a tournament-style bracket that we call Manufacturing Madness. And then we're going to have head-to-head competition of different products that we make here in the Badger State.
And the first round of voting starts on Monday. It lasts a full week. People can visit madeinwisc.com to look at the nominees and decide what product is, in fact, the coolest in Wisconsin.
And we have a traffic alert this weekend to tell you about. The Willie Street Fair is going to shut down 3 blocks of the popular East Side Street. The street will be closed between South Livingston and South Ingersoll Streets from 9 to 11 Saturday and 8 to 10 on Sunday. The 300 blocks of South Patterson and South Brearley Streets will also be closed during those times. For a complete list of street closures, just look for this story on channel3000.com. Coming up, there's a new baby animal at the Henry Vilas Zoo. How the little one is helping conserve its species.
Plus, some of the top talent in Western sports is coming to Madison this weekend. We'll have details on the event. Now you can attend when News 3 Now at 6 returns.
Don't miss the spectacular September mattress savings at Ashley. Queen mattresses up to 75% off. Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper, 2 pillows, and 4-piece sheet set for only $14 a month. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. Only at Ashley.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
Don't miss the spectacular September savings at Ashley. Everything is on sale with discounts up to 75% off. Save on sofas, sectionals, bedroom sets, and more. Plus, fast free delivery on in-stock items. All at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The Henry Vilas Zoo is welcoming its newest member this morning. It's a baby Jeffries marmoset. A baby was born last month, but the zoo has yet to do a medical check to find out the sex. Marmosets are small, squirrel-like monkeys that have claws, unlike most primates. The birth is part of a breeding recommendation from the Species Survival Plan of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Henry Vilas Zoo currently participates in 38 different species survival plans.
If you're a fan of country music and bull riding, then you want to head to Alliant Energy Center for Bulls, Bands, and Barrels this weekend. The premier Western sports competition and entertainment tour features bull riding, barrel racing, and up-and-coming national country music artists. Doors open tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are now on sale. You can purchase them online or at the gate. They cost $35.99. We have a link to buy those tickets at channel3000.com.
Well, the Coats for Kids campaign is making its way to 1,000 coats. Today's total now at 613. Now that the weather is cooling off a bit, it is really a great time to check your closets for coats your kids might have outgrown. If you have one or more, please consider dropping them off at any Clinky Cleaners from now until October 7th. You can also pick out a coat from the Boys and Girls Club Amazon wish list. All you have to do is just head to channel3000.com/coats for kids and click on the link.
After the break, the DNR takes action as drought conditions continue in the state.
Plus, former Badger and Packer Mark Tauscher reflects on his career as he enters his first year as an analyst for his alma mater.
Plus, Badger fans could be dealing with a bit of rain at Camp Randall tomorrow. Gary has your complete forecast when we come back.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale has been extended. There's still time to get huge savings throughout the store, plus hundreds of amazing bonus buys, like a Queen Beauty Rest $3.99, this dining table $3.99, a Queen Bed $9.19, or this sectional $9.99, and take up to 40% off patio. Make it even easier when you use Steinhaffel's 72-month financing. Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale, so big we had to extend it. Shop in store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Fry Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
How can you make a difference in the world when there is so much need?
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Think about someone in your life who helped you get where you are today. A mentor assures young people that someone cares and makes them feel like they matter. Learn about mentorship opportunities in the 608 at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
My name is Kyla Engelke. I'm a cement mason by trade. All the road builders are insanely busy right now. If someone comes in wanting or needing a job, we've got them. The infrastructure law that Joe Biden got passed is putting people back to work. Look at all of the bridges, look at all of the roadways, look at all of the people that are working. All of that's pretty awesome. To have a president like Joe Biden that's fighting for good jobs, it's huge.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Badgers looking to rebound from last week's loss at Washington State. They host Georgia Southern tomorrow at Camp Randall Stadium.
So if you're listening on the radio, you will hear the voice and insights of former Badger Mark Tauscher on that call. Our Shane Hogan caught up with Tauscher on his expanded broadcasting role at his alma mater.
Kind of looking back at your career, how do you think your perspective has changed from player to broadcaster? Different roles, you know, you have a new platform now than you did as a player. How do you think that perspective has changed?
One of the things I've enjoyed about it is it gives, I have that perspective. So for instance, when somebody gets beat, like if it's a Badger player that gets beat, you know, people can sit there and say from a fan standpoint, oh, what was that? And you can also look at it, and one of my favorite lines I've said is, well, that other guy's on scholarship too. And when you're playing this, you get that sense that this isn't easy.
When you're up there in the booth, what are you looking at specifically during the game? And with your experience as a player at this university, how do you boil that down, delivering a clear, understandable message for the viewer?
Well, I'm trying to figure that out. I wish I had all the I wish I had all the answers. It typically starts up front. That's where my eyes always are, and then the big picture kind of unfolds from there. So that's how it has always been since I played. It's what I love, and that's what I look for.
What's your favorite part about doing these games?
Just the atmosphere and the energy. That's what every player misses when you're done, and you have your own new team that you're kind of working with and trying to put out the best product that we can.
Yeah, does that kind of take you back to your days?
It definitely did.
How do you think the atmosphere, the energy has changed this season?
It's totally different, and I think we have a history and tradition of what's worked, how we've won, and it's different now. And whether or not that's good or bad, we're going to find out, but it's exciting.
Looking back at your career, you're here, Green Bay, now you're back here doing this, a part of this program again. What do you think sets this place apart, this fan base?
I just think the love and the loyalty that our fans have for this program, it matters. Like, it's really important. The Saturdays, the Sundays, but the game days matter, and I think it's such a great community. So much enjoyment is brought by what we do. It's not like this everywhere else.
This is Tauscher's first year as the lead analyst for the Badger Radio Network. Kickoff against Georgia Southern is at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
The DNR is issuing a special fire order in the southern part of the state. That order allows the DNR to reinstate burn permits in 12 counties, including parts of Dane, Grant, and Iowa counties. A burn permit is now required for burning in a barrel, debris pile, or grass in wooded areas unless the ground is completely covered in snow. No permits are required for campfires. The permit requirements will stay in place until drought conditions improve. If you go to the Badger game, you might want to bring a coat or a poncho, something to keep you dry. 11 a.m. kickoff. Gary has the details in his forecast.
But if everything works out right, it actually will stay dry through most, if not all, of the Badger game. And if we were waiting for snow so you can start burning, well, you got a ways to go before we get there. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Just a slight chance of showers for tonight. And you'll see just how slight that chance is. Maybe a little better chance for tomorrow with an isolated thunderstorm possible into tomorrow evening. Then dry and comfortable weather for Sunday through Tuesday. High temperatures around 70 on Sunday to the mid-70s on Tuesday. Slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm Tuesday night on a warm front, and then temperatures will jump to 80 degrees or better for Wednesday and Thursday before rain chances return at the end of next week. High-resolution radar. Maybe a sprinkle or two here. That's pretty much it from around Baraboo up toward the Dells. But take a look where this came from. I mean, there was almost a solid line of rain and a few isolated thunderstorms that's pretty much diminished to nothing over the last 6 hours, and that's because the air is pretty dry. And you can see on 6-hour future track radar, really not much is expected here. Maybe a couple of isolated showers. Better chances start to develop out to the west, and those will be in here during the day tomorrow. The relative humidity tells us why. The air is much drier in southern Wisconsin than it is farther to the north and west. So when the showers move out of that more humid air into the drier air, they just kind of evaporate. For the Badger game tomorrow then, look for temperatures to start out in the upper 60s by kickoff time at 11 a.m. Lower 70s at halftime and low 70s, about 72 by the time they do the 5th quarter. But the best rain chances, I think, will be after the game. So there'll be a lot of clouds, but not much in the way of rain. Meantime, Hurricane Lee has tropical storm warnings from south of Boston and through Cape Cod all the way up into Maine. Right now, Lee is a Category 1 hurricane moving north now pretty rapidly at 20 miles an hour. That will keep the strongest winds moving into Nova Scotia over toward Halifax and to the east of the center of the circulation, but still tropical storm force winds into much of Maine. And then you can see Lee just kind of dissipating as it moves into the cooler waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Margot is now down to a tropical storm, but Tropical Depression 15 is formed here. This could become a hurricane, and the forecast track would take it probably just east of Bermuda. So that's good news there because it is forecast to possibly become a major hurricane in the next 5 days. Planning your night, look for lots of clouds, but not much in the way of rain. Temperature is pretty mild. Going to football games this evening, up mid to upper 60s to around 70 degrees. By midnight, still in the middle 60s, the cloud cover keeping temperatures up. But again, not much in the way of rain showers, maybe a sprinkle or two here or there. We head into tomorrow morning, temperatures in the lower 60s. Here come the better chances for rain as we get toward 11 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 p.m. You can see the rain just, it's here and there, but most areas will probably stay dry, and that will be good, at least, like say, trying to avoid rain at the Badger game. Planning your night across Dane County, 60 for low in Belleville, 58 in Mount Horeb, and 57 in Mazo-Maney. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 61 for the low in Janesville, 54 Lone Rock, and 50 for the overnight low temperature in Camp Douglas. Tomorrow, variable cloudiness. A chance of showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, high 74, but most people I think will stay dry. You can see this on future track precipitation. Areas that get rain, probably less than 1/10 of an inch, unless you're one of the few that gets caught under a heavier shower or isolated thunderstorm. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast, lower 70s through Monday, mid 70s on Tuesday. Shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday night, then around 80 for Wednesday and Thursday. Better chances for rain as we head toward the first day of fall on Saturday, and then temperatures turn cooler for the start of the following week.
And coming up in sports, headed to the Hall. Wisconsin officially inducted its class of 2023 to the UW Athletic Hall of Fame. What that moment means to them is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Update your home with bright, energy-efficient LED recessed lighting from Juno. Its ultra-thin design fits flush against the surface, making it quick and easy to install. Get this 6-inch LED flat wafer downlight for $17.97 after rebate. Keep your devices powered with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. A 16-pack of AA and AAA batteries are $8.99 after 11% off. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive. Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame class of 2023 was officially inducted into UW's Hall of Fame Park this afternoon, and the 13-member class started this weekend's celebration by posing for pictures with their family and watching the unveiling of their plaques. And for this class, headlined by J.J. Watt, Monte Ball, and Breonna Decker, having their names forever up on the board is something hard to put into words.
Once you get into becoming a Badger, you understand that it's a family and it's a team. And so you kind of lose sight of that, which is good, where you're not so much focused on yourself. So I really didn't see this coming, and I'm very blessed that it has come to fruition.
I'm in shock still. I'm still amazed. I think, I grew up wanting to be a Badger one day, and I looked up to a lot of the women that played here and went to football games, hockey games. And for it to come full circle like this, it's a pretty surreal moment for me.
2 games into the season, there's been a consistent theme for Wisconsin, and it's not a good one. Slow starts. At Washington State, UW didn't find the end zone until the 3rd quarter. And against Buffalo, well, they didn't pull away until the 2nd half. So starting fast, offensively, defensively, and special teams, well, has been preached in every meeting this week ahead of Saturday's game against Georgia Southern.
It's not one thing that makes you start out fast. But we need to come out with energy. We need to come out with confidence, and ultimately we need to execute and do our jobs. And if we can do those things, we're gonna come in there and take care of business and do what we need to do. And I think if we come out and play our best ball, not many teams are going to be able to play with us.
And don't forget to tune into tonight's Wisconsin Huddle. Ches Malusi and I look back at Washington State, preview Georgia Southern with Jim Polzine, and break bread at Buck and Honey's in Sun Prairie. The show starts at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. And Matt LaFleur listed 4 Packers as questionable for Sunday's game against the Falcons. Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Quay Walker, and Christian Watson. Now, Jones and Bakhtiari didn't practice all week, while Walker is still in concussion protocol. The good news, Watson practiced for the first time since August 31st. And we have high school football tonight, too.
Another busy night. All right, Gary, final check of the forecast.
Probably staying dry for most of those high school games. There's not much out there on high-resolution radar. The last of the showers just have dissipated across Sauk County, and you can see on 6-hour future track radar, not looking for anything. So there'll be clouds, but should be pretty comfortable.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thank you for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.